speech. Third speech, I'm sorry. Third speech already, she's only been here 3 weeks. I'm just kidding. But in this corner, our next speaker, weighing in at an average 18-year-old. And average 18-year-old weight is going up against the challenger, who is to be announced. And weighs in at about 1 ounce. It's going to be a battle royale. Please welcome Becca Wayne and her speech, Becca versus the Perpetrator.
For some, it might be height. For others, it may be public speaking. For children, it's probably the boogeyman. Everyone has a fear of something. One of my top-ranking fears is of the species Perpetrator americana, aka the adult American cockroach. Just the word cockroach sends a chill up my spine and makes me want to arm myself with bug spray 24/7. It's an irrational fear, really, because they've never bitten me and they've never been thrown on me. But it's one of those things that I've been scared of since I was about this tall. My family and friends tell me that I'm just being silly because they're harmless. But it's one of those fears that you fear all your life and you can't shake it. As a child, I couldn't even get close enough to kill one, a problem that still plagues me to this day. I can hardly look at pictures without imagining this little reddish-brown critter crawling out of the paper, wanting to find a mate and make babies, and then start a party on my body when I'm sleeping.
Oh my God.
Back in the day, I was flipping through TV channels trying to find something interesting to watch. And for some reason, I discovered Fear Factor. It only took about 10 minutes to realize I wasn't going to like the show after I saw these extreme contestants eating beetle and cockroach milkshakes and subjecting themselves to cockroach playing hide and seek on their bodies. Crazy, right? So I would sit there and I was thinking, ew, and gross, and saying, you know, what in the goodness are they thinking doing this? And then I realized I was talking out loud. I can hardly even go near one if they're in my garage. I either use the front door, or I even called my stepdad before and asked him to open the door, hoping that it would scare it away. Pretty big fear. I throw something at it, doesn't work. Turn the light on, stomp, because you know they're scared of the sound waves that you make when you stomp on the ground. But nothing seems to work, and it's always waiting in that same spot next to my kitchen door to dance around my feet. You've probably been asking yourself, how did she wind up on crutches? It was about 11 o'clock 2 Sundays ago. I was returning home from work, and I had my arms full of food because I was carrying my dinner. Opened my garage door, and proceeded to make my way to my kitchen door entrance. That's when I saw it. The Perpetrator. He was relaxing on the garbage can next to my kitchen door, but he was pretty big. He was huge, and I mean he was huge. I'm already scared of cockroaches, but this one, I mean, he was like the Hulk of all cockroaches, like the Hulk, okay? So I found a piece of tape next to me on the shelf, and I tossed it in the garbage can. Of course, I'm no softball player, and I missed the can entirely. So then I threw a pencil at it, but pencils only weigh about an ounce, and it didn't really do much of anything. So what did I do? I called my stepdad, who was inside the house, and requested his presence at the door, hoping that he could scurry it along. But when the door opened, it wasn't my stepdad. It was my mom.
Oh my God.
And she thinks that my fear of cockroaches is absolutely ridiculous. She stood on the kitchen doorstep for about 5 minutes yelling at me to get my butt in the house, and I stood about as far away as possible yelling I wasn't going anywhere until she disposed of the creepy crawly. After her anger level finally reached a boiling point because of her confusion of my fear with goofiness, she charged out into the garage to force me inside. That's when I saw it, though. The perpetrator dodged backwards into the garbage can and away from the edge. Still visible, but out of my direct path, I made a break for it and began running into the house. However, when I jumped up onto the kitchen door step, my ankle twisted under and completely gave out, causing me to scream in agony and fall against the kitchen counter, my throat choking up and tears beginning to form. Couldn't walk at all that night or the following morning, and had to resort to hopping around my house like a one-legged Easter bunny and rolling around in my computer chair. The following morning, my mom took me to the emergency room where we discovered that it was sprain, and I'm now in this pickle, using crutches to maneuver with my ankle throbbing. And I bet you guys probably thought cockroaches were harmless.